Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tori. I'm your Arizona wedding and family photographer. Today's video I want to talk to you about props. Introducing props to your wedding game has completely changed everything for me. I just want to tell you how I introduced props and basically edit this picture with you. So, as you can see, I did kind of like a reflection and I used a triangular prism, and I'm going to show you that prism right now. So on Amazon you can see there's a few that they sell. The one in particular I have is this triangular prism right here. It was really fun to play with, and I introduced this maybe last year. I will never take a prop that I've never used before to a new wedding, right? So wedding day comes, I'm not going to like bring out a new prop and test it because it takes time. And on wedding days you're go, go, go. You don't really have the time to play with new things necessarily. At least I don't. So what I did is I bought some props and I attended this styled shoot, which is basically like a mock wedding. Every city and state has different styled shoots. So if that's something you don't know about, definitely check your Facebook pages for that. Anyways, in Arizona, we have a bunch of them all the time, so this was a perfect opportunity for me to bring new props and play with brides and see kind of what I can do. So, anyways, I will stop rambling. We are going to edit this picture together. I have no plan for this picture yet. We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it and see what we do. It's obviously very beautiful in color. However, I was more focused on her and that triangular prism that, of course, you can't win them all, right? I wasn't paying attention to the background. Here we have this industrial stuff, which is not my favorite thing for a picture. I should have moved her to the left a bunch so we could have just had that beautiful wall behind her, but I wasn't thinking that way. So, and that happens sometimes. This was not a real wedding, so the pressure wasn't as significant. So I think for this image, I'm going to go ahead and do it black and white because why not? I haven't done a black and white image yet on this YouTube page, so let's do it. First thing I'm going to actually do is I'm going to do the transform panel. I'm going to hit auto. That's just going to straighten that image for me. All right, let's go ahead. Like I said, it's beautiful in color. You could do all kinds of stuff. You could bring this down. You could bring shadows and contrast and make it real moody. I'll just do a quick colored edit of what maybe I would do in this situation. I would do a radial filter and maybe bring that up and bring a lot of texture, bring the clarity down just to kind of make that pop, and then maybe even do like a real heavy vignette. I really like the contrast on her face. I think it's just so beautiful. But I'm going to do black and white. So I'm going to change this over to black and white. Oh, sorry. First, I'm going to reset it, and then I'm going to go into black and white. So we have a lot to work with here. I'm going to start with the transform panel and just straighten that out. Okay, now that the image is straightened, it's real boring and bland. So let's just move some stuff around and see what we come up with. I brought the highlights all the way down to preserve the detail in her dress. I'm gonna maybe play with this. No, I'm gonna leave the haze alone. I'm gonna bring the shadows up. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of all this background right here. So how I do that in this type of situation, I'm going to just bring the exposure down quite a bit, and that already looks better. I'm also going to bring the texture all the way negative and the clarity all the way down to blur out the background since we don't need it. Now I could crop this more and get rid of this stuff, which, you know what, let's do it. Why not? There we go. That already looks better. Okay. There's some texture on her skin, which I'm going to go ahead and correct that. All right. Skin looks beautiful. I'm going to just add a little bit more to her arm to kind of smooth that out. There we go. All right. Next, let's go ahead and kind of do what we did with the colored version. I'm going to focus on this part right here. Her beautiful reflection. So what are we gonna do? Let's go ahead and bring this exposure up. Ooh, yeah. See, if you just move these back and forth, you can kind of see what looks really good as you're going. And that's honestly what I do for every image, just to kind of get a baseline of what sticks out to me. We bring the shadows down, she pops more. Whites. I'm gonna leave the blacks where I'm gonna leave the blacks alone. I'm gonna bring that texture up, or sorry, the clarity and the texture. And I'm gonna play with that haze. Maybe like right there. That already looks really cool. All right, if you watch my other videos, you know I'm a huge fan of the tone curve. Let's just see what it's like on this picture. All right, now we're gonna play with the black and white color mix. Just kind of move it around and see what you like. There's no green in that. Probably gonna be some sort of magenta in here, I'd imagine. Nope, okay. So we got the oranges. What about a vignette? Okay, I'm not going to do a vignette because it affects too much of her, and I don't want her hair to be blacked out. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to go ahead and paint on the vignette. So I really want this bottom part to just be darker. There we go. And maybe up here too. It's kind of pretty. All right. Just curious if color grading does anything to black and white images, because to be honest, I don't really do much with that. All right, well, I really like this image the way it is. I think it's just so stunning in black and white. Probably, I think I like this a bit more than the color, but let's compare before and after. Very pretty, very, very pretty. So what's really cool about these kind of images is you can do colored and black and white. Let's go back to our colored one. See if I can find it easily. Here it is. So that was the colored edit that we did. I can't, maybe I do like the colored one more. I don't know, I can't tell you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked this episode. I'm sorry if it was a little all over the place, but again, I didn't really have a plan. I just kind of wanted to freestyle edit this with you and kind of talk you through it. So I hope that you try these crystals. Please comment below. Let me know if you have tried them before, or if you have any good tips for me. I would love to know what tips you guys have for me. All right, guys, see you next time.